Welcome and good evening to the special show on T20 World Cup Build-Up Show. Today we have a special series where we will talk about the Men's T20 World Cup, brought to you in association with DAFA News, Indian sports fans, and what a setting this has been in the first and the second episode. India is hosting Australian men's cricket team in the series of the three T20 International with the conclusion of the last night's cracker between the two titans of the game. The series is now delicately balanced at 1-1, and today we'll see the finale at the Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium at Hyderabad. Let's take a look at the NewsX stat master. Well, India is chasing win against Australia at home, in the first time in 9 years, and key point is the batting friendly wicket that is expected to help the batters in both the innings. When we look at the third and the most important factor, the key point is it is expected to get help in the later part of the match. Therefore, you have a batting friendly pitch, and at the same time the bowlers are going to get evenly balanced in the second half. As you see the stats on the screen, you have some of the interesting part. As we said, pacers are going to take in control of the match at the later part of the innings. Again, Rohit Sharma is all-time six hitters. He scored 176 sixes in his inning. Again, when you look at the fifth point, India has 1 out of 2 games played at the Rajiv Gandhi Stadium. So we are looking healthy here. The sixth point is even more important. 209 is the highest total for India in Hyderabad against West Indies in 2019. So it's not very far off from there. And more importantly, Virat Kohli, yes, he's going to be the key man here in this tournament as he takes on in his favorite ground. And again, as we say, Rohit Sharma, the man in position and the man in question. He's going to be taking charge as he led from the start in the first and the second match. We have some important guests joining us in the studio, connecting from the Zoom. We have Ratinder Singh Sodhi, former Indian cricketer. Also joining us is Mr. B. Mohan, the former cricketer and selector, and more importantly, Mr. Raj Kumar Sharma, Virat Kohli's coach, who joins us from England. Well, shifting gears a little, let's look at the controversies that cropped up in England, where the Indian Eves were actually playing yesterday and they won the series. However, in the final match of the 3 games ODI series, a day that was marred by a controversial and which was supposed to be a poignant farewell for the great Indian Jhulan Goswami ended up with Indian all-rounder Deepti Sharma igniting the talk of the town with her unusual, though certainly legal dismissal of England batter Charlie Dean. Well, we have Mr. Raj Kumar Sharma who joins us in the show. Welcome to the show, Mr. Sharma.
Thank you, Mr. Kalra.
Sir, the first question, you're in England, the episode happened in England. What are your views about the entire episode that happened yesterday?
Sunil, to be honest, I didn't watch that game, and I have no clue about what has happened, though I read in some headlines that something has happened, but I can't elaborate because I have not seen that particular match.
Well, we come back to your favorite topic again. It's Virat Kohli, and this is supposed to be Virat Kohli's favorite hunting ground, the Hyderabad Stadium. Just tell me, what will be the mindset of a batter when he goes down and plays in his favorite pitch? Mr. Sharma.
Well, Sunil, it happens that you feel comfortable, you feel relaxed, you feel happy that, yes, I have got runs here. And sometimes players like such grounds that where they have done well. So they want to, remember those innings and want to build on those innings. As you said, Hyderabad is his favorite ground where he has done well for himself and for the country. And I hope the way he's batting, the nick in which he is in, I think he should do well today also.
Well, that's an interesting part. What about the pitch, about the strip? What is your opinion about this wonderful pitch that happens to help the batters in the first half and the bowlers in the second? Your opinion, sir?
Yeah, it is a very good wicket to bat. Honestly, it helps the batsman because the ball comes on the bat and every batsman like that ball coming to his bat, and it is very helpful, and that is why you can see big score here. And later on, it becomes slightly slow, but in a T20 match, I don't think it is going to change much. So I think it is going to be a high-scoring match as if looking at the wicket.
Well, India is chasing a victory and a series after 9 years. So, what is your thought? Is India all excited or nervous at this point of time, considering that it's standing at 1-1 and we are staring at one of the best teams in the world?
Well, it is a very important game. Series win against Australia, will boost the morale of the team, because as it is, these are build-up matches for the World Cup, and we are preparing for T20 World Cup. So looking at that way, it is going to be very important game, and both the teams would like to win this match so that they'll have a psychological edge over the other team. So India will go all out to win this particular match and the series.
Well, it's an interesting point you've raised, that the team is going to go in with full throttle. But again, will they have an eye on this match, or will they also have an eye for the World Cup qualification and the World Cup opening rubber?
Well, it is important because when India-Australia play, so it is always a tough fight, and nobody wants to lose. As we know, Australians play hard cricket, and India match them these days, and rather we have been playing better than them. So, as I said earlier, that it will be a psychological, advantage for the team who wins this match, looking at the coming World Cup.
Interesting. What about the Pacers in this entire tournament? I mean, they've had a backseat for some time, and they come in, they pitch in their bowling, and then they've disappeared. Spinners, for some reason, have taken the charge in the rain-curtailed match, and as we've seen in the first match as well. What is your opinion about the Pacers in this trip today?
Well, it is not going to be very helpful for the Pacers, to be honest. And all the Indian wickets are true wickets, and which help most of the time they help batsmen. But having said that, we have Bumrah back, which is a big support to the team, and he's our ace bowler who can bowl in the power play as well as in the death overs. So that is going to be a big advantage for India, that he's bowling well, and he's come back after the injury, and he's looking match fit. So he'll play a crucial role in this particular game.
So we spoke about the spinners in the previous match, that spinners have had a slight edge over the pitch and the playing condition. Do you think suddenly we are seeing a new form of T20 where two spinners are bowling in tandem and they're taking wicket, and they're also bowling flat and being very effective? Your opinion, sir?
So it happens that in India you'll always find such wickets which helps spinners because the ball grips here a bit, and which help the spinners. So the way Akshar Patel especially has bowled, he's been in a tremendous form, and he's the pick of the lot till now in this series, because he has bowled superbly in both the games, and has restricted the batsmen. He has bowled in power plays. He has taken wickets. So he is going to be the key again.
So you've made a very interesting point that in India it's going to be a spinner that is going to dominate. What about the Australian part? Do you think with Adam Zampas of the world and the other spinners in the world, will it make an impact in the fast, pacey, bouncy pitches of Australia, sir?
Any wrist spinner is benefited on a bouncy wickets like Adam Zampa. Earlier we used to see Shane Warne used to get a lot of bounce. Anil Kumble used to get a lot of bounce on Australian wickets. So it is important that for a wrist spinner, always bouncy tracks are very helpful. And for finger spinners, they are not so effective. They are not so supportive wickets. So it is going to be interesting to see how Adam Zampa bowled in Indian conditions and in Australian conditions.
Interesting. You've spoken about the wrist spinners and the finger spinners. So just help us understand, to the benefit of the fans, that how an off spinner will be benefited or will not be benefited, especially in the pitches of Australia, because that's a different trajectory that comes into the batter or leaves the batter if he's a left-handed player.
Sunil, what happens in Australia, you get a lot of bounce, and there is very less spin. So most of the time it is the wrist spinners which are benefited by that bounce. And usually finger spinners doesn't bowl well there. But as we have seen in past, Erapalli Prasanna used to be very effective in Australia. Nathan Lyon for Australia has done tremendously well on the Australian wickets. So it is it is about the quality of a bowler. That if you ask Muralidharan to bowl on a flat track, still he'll get this. He used to get the spin. So it is going to be totally depending on the class of the bowler. And fortunately for us, we have got a very good off spinner in R. Ashwin, who can who is very experienced and who can bowl in any condition.
Well, we've spoken about one of the greatest Indian off spinner, Erapalli Prasanna. That's a great point to talk about, but those were different days, and now we have a different trajectory, different match altogether. Let's talk a little more about the left arm spinners. You have Akshar Patel breathing down the neck of Jadeja, as you could say. But again, Jadeja is one of not only the best bowler, but also he chips in with his bat, and he's an exceptional fielder altogether. He saves in like 15-20 odd runs in the circle and in the deep. So what are your views about someone like Akshar Patel? What would be going in his mind as he performs in the series?
Well, it has been a blessing in disguise for Akshar that Jadeja has gone unfit, and he's been placed in the team as his replacement. Unfortunately for him, and I must give credit to him that he has bowled superbly, and mind you, he's also a very handy batsman who has won a lot of matches for his franchisee, as we have seen in IPL. And again, he's a good fielder. Maybe not as good as Ravindra Jadeja, who is one of the best in the world, but even Akshar is also a very good fielder. So if we see, we have found a very good replacement for Ravindra Jadeja, which we were worried that who will fill in his shoes. And fortunately for us, Akshar has done well, and he is bowling with a lot of confidence, and so that is a good sign for Indian team.
Well, again, thank you very much, Mr. Raj Kumar Sharma. You've seen the overcast conditions in London where you are situated right now. And coming back, India is now going to take Australia in the third match rubber, and we are expecting some high-profile drama at Hyderabad Stadium. This is Sunil Yash Kalra taking you back for a short commercial break.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.